Today we'll have some fun with the Tokyo session strategy I have. So I got recently an indicator coded for that strategy that I've been trading for many years. More on and off, but it still works pretty well. And I recently decided to get an indicator for it and to kind of have it clear on my charts. So we'll go through this and I'll show you how to trade the Tokyo sessions step by step. And we'll go through some trades. So let's dive right in. I've done a full video on this strategy before, so I'll leave it here, linked in the corner if you want to check it out. So go check this video first if you want to know the rules and the exact step behind it. On this video, I'll be a little bit faster. And let's go on the chart right away. So I want to start this up right over here. And we are a few weeks back, so May 13th. We'll look at a couple of trades and you'll be able to see how this strategy works and what this indicator does. And this indicator, by the way, is still private. I'm still testing it, making sure everything is good with it. It's not public, so don't ask for the indicator in the comment. I won't give it to you yet. It's private. So let me just go, and the way we do this is we want to wait for a few hours before the Tokyo session start. Now we are on the 15-minute chart. The HPY is a good pair to trade this strategy because it's a pair that's going to be active in the Asian session mostly, especially because of Australia and Japan being around the same time zone, more or less. So what we do is we wait for a few hours before. We're going to start a range here at 3 a.m. my time. Now I won't be trading there. It's only a place to look at the range and figure out what the price is doing before the session starts. So we'll just keep it that way. And we'll let the price go until the opening of the Asian session, which is around 7 a.m. my time. Here the session open. So here we are, 7 a.m. Now what we'll do is we use this previous range. You see the market's been trending a little bit, but not too much. And we've defined a range here with this indicator that I have on TradingView. And the range shows us here that we have been from here all the way to here doing this pre-session kind of activity. And on the lower side is support. We've been going here. We stayed there. We didn't break this low at all. So now what we want to do is we want to look for a breakout. So let's see if we have a breakout. We actually have one right over here, right at the open. What we do in this case is we want to wait for a pullback. The pullback is defined by a candlestick that doesn't make a new high, and therefore we enter beyond the high of the all-time high so far. So see how it goes. Okay, this candlestick here makes a new high. So again, we don't take any trade. We're still in the high of the move here. We want to wait for a candlestick that doesn't make a new high. This one still makes a new high because of the wick. So we're not there yet. We have to wait once more. Okay, this candlestick does make a new high. So your high is over here, or all-time high is over here. Therefore, we'll place our entry just above this high over here. Okay. Now you can say, well, yeah, you missed a lot of profit. Of course, we missed this spot of profit, but we enter on a pullback. So we're not too bad in that case. We enter on the breakout of a pullback, basically. Our stop loss would be somewhere here below this candlestick as a very safe stop loss. Or we could do also a retrace somewhere over here. So half of this big candlestick, because it's a very wide candlestick, could be our stop loss also. A bit more aggressive, but also working fine. So for this example, I'll take the lower stop loss just in case. You'll see our indicator here put a stop loss at 2 ATR. So if you want to have a stop loss based on the ATR, the average true range, we can put this one over here. A little bit lower in that case might not be good for everyone, but we can use it. Okay, so let's keep going and see what happens here with our price. Okay, now we are triggered here. Trade is entered. Just above here, we enter our pending order. Stop loss will be over here, actually over here, as a conservative stop loss, below the candlestick that breaks the range. And then our target will be, in this strategy, a simple 1-to-1. Now, I teach people this to use a 1-to-1 or 2-to-1, whichever you prefer. 2-to-1, you're going to have a lower win rate. The 1-to-1 gets a very high win rate. So I'm going to keep this one for now. We take all profits as 1-to-1. We just go away. And we're done for the day with this strategy. So very hands-off, very simple. Okay. So let's keep it. Here price goes in our favor. And we are triggered here 1-to-1. Trade is closed. Okay. Now if you did want to go 2-to-1, you could do it. So you would take half profit at 1-to-1. The other half at 2-to-1. Works fine. A little bit of a lower win rate. You could be stopped out more often, but it works also good. So in this case, we had a pretty good move. We could have done 2-to-1 easily, but most of the time, 2-to-1 is going to be hard to reach because of the low moves or low volatility in the Asian session. Okay, now we keep going here. Now we won't trade here because now we're outside of the Asian session. Okay, the Asian session closed over here, 4 p.m. my time, which is 5 p.m. Tokyo time. We don't trade here. We wait for the next day, the next opening of the Asian session. Here we are pre-market. Okay, so 3 a.m. to 7 a.m. my time, which is about 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern time. Here's the opening. So see, we have the same principle here. We have this range. We make a low over here. Our high is right there. We just broke our high at the opening, which is a good thing. Now we look for the breakout. We want to kind of say that does make a new high within that move. So here we have a new high. This one makes a new high also. And we'll just keep going that way and see what happens next. Okay, now this one here didn't make a new high. So we could technically enter here just above the high of this candlestick. So we'll put our entry just above here. It could be a little bit lower, that's fine. And our stop loss will be here in the range. Okay, let's keep going, see how this goes. Now, if it's not triggered within a few candlestick, at least 4 or 5 candlestick, we'll just cancel the order. In this case, it's clearly not triggered. We go actually the other side. So we'll just cancel this trade and not take it. See, we avoided the loss in that case. Pretty good. And now we have the opposite setup, which is a break of the other side, the lower support of this move. So we could enter on this. Wait for a candlestick that doesn't make a new low. This one here didn't make a new low. We have a low here. This one is not a new low. So we could enter here below the low of this candlestick, right here. Stop loss, in this case, technically could be over here, which is way too big because we have a big candlestick. So I would go here on a 50% retrace. So from here to here, we could calculate this better, but I'm going to go here, will be our stop loss. This one over here. But we still got to be triggered, of course. Okay, now here we don't have an entry yet. This is our indicator kind of being wrong a little bit because we would enter over here below the low to be safe. And looks like this one is also not triggered. We go here, but that's way too far. We are here at 1 p.m. So far in the session. Now we could still take it, but keep in mind it will be a lot less reliable in that case because we had many candlesticks. We had a chance to break out, didn't do it, so less reliable in this case. See what the price was here? It goes in our favor, so it could have been a good trade, but at the same time I don't want to risk it because we would have had a maybe not even a 1-to-1 in this case, and price goes back here after a session. So if we took this trade, if we kind of went against our rule and had a short stop loss right over here, roughly at the 50% retrace, then we would have barely got a 1-to-1. So we could have got in on this, but again, it's against the rule because I want to have at least a break and an entry 4 to 5 candle after this candlestick that breaks out the range maximum. Okay, not before that. So we have a chance to trade the next day. Let's see what happens here. Pre-session, we have here a nice range. Okay, we didn't make a break of this. We just stay within the range. We keep going. Okay, we're still within the range. Okay, now we broke the range here. Very clear break in that case. Wait for a candlestick that does make a new high. We're still making new highs. Again. Okay, this one here didn't make a new high. So we would technically enter the market just above this one over here. This might not be triggered because we missed a big part here of the move. But let's see if we can get triggered on this or not. And looks like price will go back within the range. So we cancel our order over here and we just keep going. Okay, now I want to have a break of this high here to enter the market, not over here, because that's too choppy. We're still at the place where we are now, our range. Keep in mind if we are making a high here, our range changes now. It's from here all the way to here. This is our range now. So we have to look much bigger for the breakout. Okay, and it looks like we didn't make any breakout in that session. So we'll just cancel this. Again, we're not going to trade every day on this. We'll trade when you have a good opportunity. And that's not coming every single day. It's coming only once in a while. Most days you have a good trade. Not all days though. So keep that in mind. And let's kind of keep going. So we can have a look if we have something on the next session. Just going to cancel this. Here we go. Okay, we are pre-session here on the same pair again. Okay, this is the opening. So now we have a breakout already of this range. See how our range is from here all the way to there at the lower part. So now I'm going to have a candlestick that does make a new low. Okay, so we have this one here. Now this would be a trade we avoid because the fact that we break, come back right in. Of course, we're not going to trigger this, but now we can have a breakdown on the other side. Okay, so wait for a candlestick that does make a new low. In this case, here we'll make a new low. Okay, here we didn't make a new low, so we can look to enter below or lowest low so far over here. Our stop loss here could be, of course, logically here, but with this big candlestick, I would say somewhere here in the middle. 50% retrace. I'll be conservative a little bit. This will be our stop loss in this case. Let's see if that's triggered or not. Here we go, trigger right here. So this was a big jump, and again, this could be due to a speech, something of the sort. So we're not stopped out at all, but at least we caught a good move in this market. So our trade to recap was somewhere over here. We predicted this before. We would say we enter here, stop loss there. That's actually maybe not news. There's not many news in the Asian session. This could just simply be somewhere we have a big push in the seller, something of the sort. It could be something different. So yeah, it could just be people getting the market. So not too bad. 1-to-1. Again, we could go further than this possibly, but I keep it 1-to-1 because that's the rule, and that I believe in those parameters. We have a very good win rate with this, and now we just pull back and go back within the range, apparently, or close to the range. Okay, so session is over. We got our trade, got our 1-to-1. So far this week we got 2 wins, or at least in the past, yeah, this week, 13 to 18. That's pretty good. Okay, let's keep going and see what we have next session. Here we are pre-market. A bit of a wick in that case. Okay, not too reliable here. But let's see what we can get from the market this time. We have here our open of the session. Still within the range. Okay, we have some wicks. Wicks don't count for breakout, so we have to wait. And it looks like we'll end just in the range for this session. Right, no trade there. Okay, cool. A day without trades, that's fun. Okay, pre-market here on the 20th of May. And here we go. Enter the session, we have a clear range. Going down a little bit, but then a very clear resistance in that case. Okay, it looks like we work on the downside. Again, wait for candlestick, it does make a new low. In that case, we have a new low again. Lower low. Okay, lower low again. Okay, this one didn't make a new low. So we'll place our entry for sell right over here. Stop loss could be in that case just above the high here, because we didn't go that far on this candlestick, so we're good. Let's see how this goes. Okay, we're being choppy here, so we'll cancel our order at this point. That's a little bit too far. Now if we have a break of this, we could still trade, but let's see what happens. Okay, we did have a break. Let's see. No, it's not a good break. We've got a lot of wicks, but no break in this case. Okay, no, it's tough to break, only wicks. Okay, session's over. Alright, see you tomorrow. Okay, pre-session again. Here we are on the 23rd of May. Here we go. Nice little range. Again, you get the idea here of how this works out. It's very simple. Wait for a break. I believe this day we didn't have any setup, but because I remember trading it. But let's see if we have anything. It's not a break. That's weak, not reliable too much. Okay, that could be a breakout here. Yeah, that's a breakout here in this case. Okay, now we are late in the session. Actually, very late. This is 2 p.m. So almost at the close. But because we have London coming up after, we could keep it and we could enter on London, expecting price to go in the same direction during London. So what we'll do here is, of course, you want to wait for the candlestick that doesn't make a new low. And let's see if you have it. Okay, not here. Not here. No, not here either. Still not. Okay, technically we could enter here, but that's way too far in the range. So I'll just skip this one in that case. Because basically we would enter here. According to the strategy, we would enter over here. Or stop loss should be here. That's just too dumb. Let's undo it. And let's come back tomorrow in this case. Okay, a bit of drawings here. Let me just delete that. Okay, here we go. Okay, pre-session again. We open the session within a range. Very soon the breakout. Let's wait for a break of this. Now again, with the rules of strategy, we don't look at all the way over here. We could do it, but this is kind of like many hours ago. So I want to have a break of this range and not this bigger range over here in this case. So kind of saying that doesn't make a new low here, not yet. This one over here. Our entry will be below right there. Our stop loss will be right over here. Candlestick that breaks the range. And we played this. Okay, we got triggered really quick on this one. That's good. So we would put our little tool here. Right there. This one over here. And we target again a 1-to-1. So 1-to-1 is pretty quick. Okay, nice. And we got triggered on this one. Close over here. Oh, actually we got close here, which is even better. Cool. This one is done. Alright. Nice trade. So see how just a 1-to-1 can get you some good trades. So far we got 3 wins, no losses, which is very good for 2 weeks of trading or so. And let's see what next session brings. Okay, this is the 25th. This is yesterday for me at this time. We've got a big wick, so I didn't trade this one because the wick is just too crazy in that case. And we actually stayed in the range all day, so we'll skip that. Not interesting to trade at all. And today I didn't look at the charts yet, so let me have a look if you had anything today. I was away for a flight lesson today, so can I say it does make a new low again. So we have the breakout one is this. This one does make a new low, but then we have to enter the market right over here below and put a stop loss here. That's kind of dumb, so I won't do this. It's way too far. So we would actually skip that day also in this case. And if we can break the other side, let's see. No. Okay, cool. So we're still in the Asian session now at the moment. We got no breaks yet. But yeah, we kind of have a strange thing here. All right. So we broke, but then we came right back in. So we didn't have yet our setup on this side. So that's fine. So I hope you got some value out of this. Hope you got to see how the strategy works here, how this works out. Again, it's a very low reward, but a high win rate strategy here in that case, 1-to-1. And we've got 3 wins in 2 weeks, which is pretty cool. 3 or 4 wins. So yeah, that's kind of how this thing works. Any questions, leave them in the comment section below. I'll be happy to reply. I'll read all the comments for sure. And I'll make sure I help you out with this video. And make sure you subscribe if it's not done yet. We usually do like this 3 times a week. 2 videos in a week, 1 interview in the weekend, 1 interview a trader around the world, give you the tips, the lessons, and you can learn from them. and I'll catch you back here in the next video pretty soon. Ciao.